Right, hello everybody, welcome. How are we? It's a little bit late in it tonight. It's not really, we're not even really meant to stream on a Thursday. This is obviously one of those bonus streams that we do every now and again when things change in the background and plans don't quite go according to plan. So we were meant to do the FM show obviously on a Thursday night, and we would normally be doing that, but unfortunately, Mr. Maggio is racked up full of flu, so that's no good for him. And then Aaron's little one is not very well, so that's not great either. So I spoke to our guest and said, look, can we reschedule? And bless Dave Black, who's CM 97, 98, he's very, very accommodating. He has kids himself, so he knows what the situation's like. So he's like, look, it's fine, let's just reschedule. Okay, cool, we'll do that. And then I'll what I'll do is I'll get the kids to bed and I'll make sure that we can get up and set and ready to go. And of course, the kids decided they were going to be difficult to get to bed. So, and then of course, you know, we're here. We're here. It doesn't really matter about all the other bits and pieces, does it? We're here. That's the main thing. And of course, last night, if you were here, last night was pretty wild, wasn't it? To be honest, we had a boatload in from Greece, which is fantastic. So shout out, of course, to Madney for that. Really appreciated that. Where were they when we did Larissa? That's the question. Where were they when we were managing Larissa earlier in the year? That would have been super, super cool. We are, of course, still at Farul Constanta, and in all the madness last night, I may have not realised that we're in a title race. Genuinely, we're in a title race, which is quite awkward given the fact that we were trying to apply for a lot of jobs last night. So, with that in mind, let's go and have a little recap, shall we, and see what happened last night. Right, here we go then. This is us. Welcome one and all. Welcome people on TikTok, on Twitch, on YouTube. Hope you're all well. It's a pleasure to obviously have you in. Adam, what's your opinion about Magnet? Magnet, what? The thing that like sticks metals together? It's good. It's good. I like them. I'll definitely have one. Use them for fridges mainly. What's my opinion on Madney? He seemed pretty cool. To be honest, he seemed like a pretty cool guy. There's a lot of his community turned up yesterday, which is fantastic. We had a beer. He gifted out some subs. He's a beautiful person, so I appreciate that. So thank you very much, Madney. You're an absolute gentleman. But yeah, tonight, of course, we're back on now with just Farul. So here we are then. Look, 3 points away from the title. Argesh top of the league, obviously. We've only lost 2 games this season. We've drawn 6. We've got a better goal difference. Rapid have got the best goal difference in the league. If we look at the competitions overall, I mean we're 5th in the Conference League as well. He wants you to play for his team. Yes. Well, do you know what? If he wants that, then let's make it happen, Adam. Get him to get in touch. Get him to find me an email. I can probably play. To be honest, well, I do need to go get my knee checked out. But yes, we will do that. So I'll ping him an email, but I'll get him to email me, and we'll sort it out as well. But yeah, we are there. So that's where we are then in the Romanian Cup. 5th in the Europa Conference League, which is fantastic, and of course 2nd in the Super League. So everything looks pretty decent. We've got money to spend as well. We haven't really got 700 grand, which is fine, I suppose. Really, we have to juggle a bit of wages, but we've probably got something to do in January. Form is pretty good. Lots and lots of wins there, which is really, really nice. And then the interesting thing, of course, was going obviously over and about to go and start looking for more jobs. Got a beer. I've got a gin on the go. It's not quite a beer, but a gin's just as good, Adam. So we can do that. So cheers, everyone. Little gin and tonic. So had a little nosy at some jobs. We obviously went and had a conversation at Leisure Warsaw, which not the club for me, as you know. But we had a conversation with them. And they didn't offer us the job, which is totally fine because we didn't want the job anyway. So it's all absolutely perfect. There are some jobs that are still kicking about. So Vikinga Reykjavik, for example, their manager went and took on the Leisure Warsaw job. No, Besiktas. Sorry, Kieran Irvin, appreciate the follow. Very kind. Thank you for that. He went and took the Besiktas job because we went and interviewed for Besiktas as well. Which would have been great, by the way, like moving from Finland to Romania to Besiktas, that would have been class. Harkin, first season, won the League and Cup. Yes, Joey, appreciate that. That's awesome work. Scrappy Doo in on the follow. Yes, Scrappy Doo. Now we're talking. Pleasure to have you as part of the squad. So Zaleznikar was someone that we had a bit of a nosy at yesterday. Sloboda Ujiki and Zeman, they're decent clubs apparently, are they? Down the bottom here in Serbia. Oh, we got Joey's another follow. Appreciate you, Joey. Very kind. The Radomir and Radiantic Stadium. Was Radiantic? Well, let's not get myself wrong. I feel so Radiantic was a football man rather than a political figure. I did it the red and black hoops. I must admit that's good. I'm all right with that. They're currently 8th in the league. Nice. Interesting. That's a possible. Ross is playing FM23, having a fun time. Yes, Ross. Bit of retro. Radiantich was Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico. There you go. Yeah, so I've got something right then. I've got something right there. Where's Zeman? Zeman are down here as well. Again, reasonable. They're fifth. They're much more expected to be promoted. Now, this is where I don't understand how the league system works down there. That's the concern. There was a couple of things I did look at, right? This is an interesting thing, by the way. The Scotland job is is available. There's also Hradec Kralov. There's potentially Mulder coming up. There's Elfsborg maybe coming up. Bursaspor, of course, we know that. Zeman is on the outskirts of Belgrade. Aha, I see. There's also as well a theory as well and a thought process that maybe we just stay. Maybe we just stay where we are and we just sort of like ride it out, finish this season. And we've got a good contract to sort of see us through. Scrappy Doo says, I wish I could play Champman back in the 90s. You can, Scrappy. You can. There's loads of like open source web browser versions of Champman. So go and grab yourself a version. As I say, ironically, we were supposed to be interviewing CN 97-98 tonight, so they would absolutely be able to tell you about the web-based versions of that game. So get yourself involved in it. So yeah, I'm unsure or not whether or not we would get the Scotland job at this moment in time. We did say, of course, we want to try and win a World Cup, but I'm not sure if the story would make sense at this moment in time. Scotland, Northern Ireland, Bulgaria, Albania, all their jobs have become available. Under 21s jobs, England, Italy, France, Bosnia. Like, I feel like the Scotland job would be fun, but I also think it would be too much of a distraction, because do you remember when we obviously did the Greek job and it was like, it just slowed everything down, didn't it? Yeah. Scrappy, thanks a lot. How do you keep yourself interested in a save, or do you start over? See, I like a long-term save, Scrappy. That's my thing. Like, I don't like starting a new save. I hate the first season. First season is the worst season for me. So once I'm into it, and new players are starting to populate, and we're getting into that sort of like realm of new gens, and it's my own universe. That's the bit that I really like. That's the bit that I really like in FM. So that's what I look forward to the most. Yeah. And I just think that's where the fun is. That's where the game does something that no other game can do, really, I think. And yeah, that for me makes it stand out, because I'll give you a save idea, Shibu. What sort of saves are you into, Shibu? What sort of things do you like? Mean Wolf, did you do senior Greece job or the under 21s? We did both. Well, actually, we did three. We did the under 19s first of all. We had 6 games in charge of them, maybe, or something. And then we had the under 21 job, which was fine-ish, I think. And then we went to the full national job. So yeah, we did all 3. And it was fun. It was fun. In the sense that we were building a nation was fun, but like it did slow the save down as well. Yeah, the first season is starting to exercise. 100%. Like, you know you've got to do it, and you know that it sucks. But season 2 is when you're kind of getting the rhythm of it, and you're like, right, this is not as awful as it was 6 months ago. Yeah. Kivu, what we're doing is we're doing a Journeyman save, so we're going to try and work around the world. We don't really know what our end goal is. Maybe win a World Cup, possibly. We'll see. Not entirely sure. But yeah, this is our 7th season. I've got it written down as 8, but I think it's our 7th. To be honest, Shivu in with the follow. Thank you very much, my friend. Very kind. We had 4 seasons in Finland. This is our 3rd season in Romania. We won the 2nd division at the first attempt, and then in the first attempt in the top flight we finished 3rd. So we got into the European qualifiers. We're now in the European Conference League, the Europa Conference League, and we're like 5th or something in the group, so we're doing pretty decent. Is there a way for me to get the game on for free? Ask Ash. I think it's on Game Pass. I mean, I know that means you have to pay for Game Pass, but I think it's free on Game Pass. MCG just saw Larissa Gyrosh and thought for a second I'd slip back in time, or just dreamt everything that happened since Larissa and woke back up and you're still there. Oh, that would be fun though, wouldn't it? Like when Larissa worked, it was so much fun. But I can't forgive the board. I still can't forgive the board for what they did. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. Thoughts on Thomas Frank to Spurs? I don't really know. I don't know. Lady Killing with the follow. Very kind, thank you. I don't really have any thoughts on that. I don't think that Thomas Frank's the right manager for the way that Spurs operate, potentially in the transfer market. I could be wrong, but I don't really think that's the right thing for them. I mean, he's a great manager, don't get me wrong, great coach, but you know, are they going to bring the Brentford recruitment team as well? You would imagine so. But of course, it's a very, very different way of doing things than it is to do the Brentford way. You know, so who knows? I would have him at Sunderland, probably, but that's a very, very different team to Tottenham, innit? Like Sunderland didn't just win the Europa League. Do you know what I mean? So, and we have a very similar recruitment model, to be honest, which is, you know, buy players young and obviously, you know, look to get the best out of players and find players where other people aren't looking. So I think that we would be shopping in different markets. I would take Ange at Sunderland, to be honest, if that was the thing. But I don't know. I think, you know, what's he going to do? He's a great, as I say, he's a great coach. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? My initial thought is it just doesn't quite work for me, but I've been wrong once or twice before, so if I'm wrong again, I'm wrong again, but we shall see. Liverpool or Man United? Nothing. Like neither of them. Everton. I'm actually in a title race, or is this like how Arsenal were a title race? Well, Musterman's in. Appreciate Musterman. Huge love, of course, for the raid. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're well. Welcoming all the Muster crew. We're in a title race in the fact that we actually are 2 points away from the top. So, do you know what I mean? It's not an Arsenal title race where they were just in the same league. Newcastle are getting an easy 6 points next season. Everyone's got an easy 6 points next season. Burnley are going to be whipping boys. You know? So, how are the lads, Rich? Exactly. How are the lads? Oh, Packaroo nearly scoring there. Almost. What save should you do? I mean, honestly, Shibu, I've got no real. I don't really know. Like, if you're into long-term saves, then do a journeyman. Like, just start unemployed, no badges, no experience, and just take whatever's offered. Don't take the top 5 leagues. Take them out. Go and get yourself somewhere different. That would be my recommendation, especially at this stage of the FM24 game cycle. You need to start managing teams and nations you've never been before. Download the mega pack as well, so you get some cool African and Asian nations that you maybe wouldn't get in the vanilla file. So do that. Musterman, a sexy man. Musterman's the sexiest man that I've seen in a long time. Do you know what I mean? Hope you're well, my friend. How's the stream? Oh no! I mean, this could be us out of the title race now, couldn't it? We are in Romania. Yes, we are in Romania. Clow. We are Farul Constanta in the top division, but unfortunately, we're now losing 1-0 to Sepsky, which is not good. Not good. That's a rotten time to arrive. Sorry for bringing deja vu. Don't worry, Musterman. There's plenty more time for sadness to be around. You know, we can get a lot more sadness on its way as you're through. Good ball through. Sabu, keep the flag down. Keep the flag down, please, ref. Keep it down. Keep it down. Disallowed. Disallowed. Oh dear. He's miles offside, if we're honest. So he is miles offside. Luke Lavia, haven't given this week's pod a listen yet. 1 hour 40 is concerning. It was a long one. It's good though. It's good. There's a lot of good stuff in it. We talked to Louis Miles, the director of the Football Manager documentary. So it's definitely worth a watch. You should absolutely get yourselves on it. If you haven't listened to it already, go and do so. If you are, by the way, available on Saturday, right? On Saturday night, we're doing a live record of episode 100, where we're going to be having like a Football Manager phone in, where basically you can get in touch with the show. Artist Sakanis in on the follow, appreciate that, and Clow as well, very kind, appreciate the follows there. So you can of course get in touch with us and let us know your thoughts on FM 26, I suppose it will be now, the state of the franchise. You know, talk to us about your fears, your excitements, things you're happy with, things you're not so happy with. Just come on and have a bit of a chat, because you've all heard what we think. Do you know what I mean? So it's now maybe time to listen to what you lot think. So yeah, come and join in. Either do it via the record link, which we'll put up on Saturday night, or if you want, you can record yourself with a little question, and then you can forward it to us. Do it in a Google Drive or something. Stick it in a Google Drive, and then allow access for the FM show pod at gmail.com. That'll be the way to do it. Even Katrina, how are you? Spoon of Doom's in on the follow, appreciate that. Get the new Dynamo transfer. Kitarika Constantine is in on the follow as well, thank you very much. Katrina letting us know about Madney. Yeah, Madney was in last night, loved that. Great time was had by all, I think, to be honest. Last night was a lot of fun. Rich, do we think we'll stay up? Well, you know what, I go back and forth on this. Part of me thinks that if we really try our best, we could be relegated by February. Like, do you know what I mean? If we really believed and we really gave it our all, we could probably get like single figures in points. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's that, right? But there's also the fact that the bottom half of the Premier League is shit. Like, that's also the other problem, right? Because I don't think the bottom half of the Premier League would finish in the top half of the Championship. Yeah. So that's where we are. Yeah. For the live pod, will you read out written comments? I hate the sound of my voice and mess up trying to record things. Yeah, we can do that if that's what you want. If you want to send us a message, MCG, then yeah, feel free to do that. If you do want to send us a message, anyone, then either do it via email or drop us a link, drop us a message in the Discord. That'd be really useful. Sunderland back in the Premier League. I'll always say this, football's so back. Well, feels like it could be, couldn't it? I don't think it'll be worse than Southampton. We could be. You never know. You just never know. This is a Journeyman save user. So we're 7 seasons in or something like that. 7 or 8 seasons in. We were in Finland for 4 years, and we've been in Romania for 3. And we are second, but I am thinking we've been here long enough now. So I think maybe we need to start looking around for something else, to be honest. Hoping to get some staying light for the away games for next season. Yeah, gotta get it done. Don't worry about our defence across the back line. Luke O'Neill isn't big enough or good enough. He's not, sadly, is he? But look, the back line's going to be obviously the quality we've got is going to be a step up. It'll be where it's going to be. Like, we'll go in, we'll have fun. As long as we're in with the right attitude of just going and having fun, then we'll be fine. Yeah. If we go in expecting to be taken seriously, then yeah, we're done for. Right. Just gonna have a laugh. Space Spoon of Doom, what's my preferred formation? I like a 4-3-3. I like a 4-4-2 as well, to be honest. I'm not playing one here. I'm playing a Brazilian box 4-2-2-2-2. But overhead kick, nearly. Victor Wanyama is available after his brief trip to Dunfermline. Well, I mean, it's that or Jordan Henderson, isn't it? So I don't really know. I don't really know where we go with this. But do you know what? I also think that Speaking will pull some little gems out of the bag. Some will work out fine, some won't. Yeah, and that's obviously what we've got to try and work out. How far did you go in a European competition with Farul? At the minute, we're in the Conference League. So, and we're currently 6th as well. Oh, great finish. Bucciu in the bottom corner, right on cue, as Crazy Brit rocks up 20 months. There we go. What about that? Thank you, Crazy Brit. Appreciate the support, my friend. Very kind indeed. Callous Spirit of Jason as well, over on YouTube. How are you, buddy? I feel that Patty Roberts is a little bit short of what we need. Mundell has a chance. Yeah, I mean, like, look, Patty Roberts is going to be back up in the Premier League. He'd probably be back up in the Championship if we got another. He'd be one of the first ones you'd be looking to sort of replace, really. We could do another striker, maybe to replace Wilson, I'd probably say. But, yeah, bit of steel in the midfield. We'll see, we'll see. Who knows what's going to happen, really. Yeah. Oh, RZV, this is your local side. You're a Farrell local. I like it. Nice. We'll see what we can do for you. We'll see how long we stay, because I'm getting a little bit itchy feet. I'm thinking maybe we do start to have a little look around. A new striker and centre back, and we've got a chance. Yeah. Well, I think someone wide as well would probably help. But like I say, I think we have someone in the middle. Like, just down the spine, really, probably makes the most sense. And then after that, it's just down to a bit of luck, you know, bit of belief. As long as we do well in our home matches, we should be fine, I think. Luke, I'm quite new to FM, but celebrated signing a staff member yesterday. Is this normal? Well, it depends on who you've signed. If it's just a generic staff member and you've just patted yourself on the back to a well done, we've sorted ourselves out, then I mean, yeah, that's probably on par with an open top bus celebration that Newcastle had for the Carabao Cup. If, however, the staff member that you've signed is an old cult icon footballer, then you're probably allowed to celebrate that, I think. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you've signed Mario Balotelli as your head of youth development, for example, then yeah, I think you can probably celebrate that. Not sure about Patterson either. The problem with Patterson is that he's not Pickford, and I think we struggle. I think we're struggling to forget that he's not Pickford. Like, we forget that he's not Pickford, and we just sort of expect him to be Pickford. And yeah, he's fine. He's just not top quality, is he? Konstantinos, do we remember Madney from yesterday? Of course we do. Of course we remember Madney from yesterday. Yeah, it was only yesterday. It was only yesterday. Yes, it was wonderful. Wonderful. We had a great time last night. It was good fun. Yes, it was a pleasure. Pleasure being having him in his community part of our stream. Luis Semedo scores. Football in Romania is appreciated. It used to be very, very good. The Football Federation ruined it. See, yeah, we understand this. We hear this quite a lot, to be honest. Do you think United will stop being a laughingstock next season? Probably not, and that's not because of the fact that they won't change any of the football. It's the fact that football banter is that slow to update that no, like, do you know what I mean? There'll probably still be people trying to slag Spurs off for winning no trophies like next season, even though they obviously won one this year. So yeah, football banter's just a bit slow in it. Yeah. So Darthy, why did we sign that blonde guy? He's like 23. Would have assumed he would want to get the first team minutes. Still no idea why we signed Bishop either. I mean, yeah, we can never really tell, can we, Darthy? lots of players who sort of come and go. Pakaruru's in. It's just going on the top. Rich says, are you going to play Mad's 86, 87 database this Sunderland? A wretched side back then. Here's a scoop. I'm sure Mad made us bad. I mean, we were quite bad in 86, weren't we? Who was 86? Would that have been? That would have been players like... Well, I mean, Eric Gates probably wouldn't even be there at the time, would it? Would have been Gary Rowell, maybe? Would he have been in that point? Paul Malone in the follow. Very kind. Maybe... Well, it wouldn't have been Tony Norman. Would have been... It's not even Malcolm Crosby era. I'm just trying to rack my brains back, because it would have been just after the Milk Cup final. Paul says, loving the content. Thank you, Paul. Very kind indeed. Appreciate you. Jason says, I've signed Ji-Sung Park as a youth coach in my Salonika save. Yes. That you can celebrate that. You can definitely celebrate getting Ji-Sung Park in. That's awesome. '86 was Gates. Oh, Laurie McMenemy, that's what it was. Like, for some reason, I had the guy in my head. I couldn't for the life of me think of his name. But yeah, I don't know whether I will start the 86, 87 because it's just, I don't know. Like, I love Mads databases. They're incredible. They really are incredible. I haven't got the time for a new save again. That's the problem. And again, it goes back to that whole first season syndrome, doesn't it? Where I'm like, I'd have to be sat invested in it, and I'd be like, I'd probably spend most of the time going back through the database, looking at the other players, being like, oh, look at this guy. This is awesome. Like, can you believe that they're there? And then I've already wasted like 6 hours just looking. And that is testament to Mad, that he manages to get that level of detail. You know. Players like Hetchka, Doyle and Kennedy and Gray. Gary Bennett wouldn't be there just yet, would he? At that point. Is it normal to find a 5-star striker with more tackling than composure? I mean, I don't think anything in FM is normal. There's always exceptions to most rules, I would say. I mean, you tend to see a lot of strikers who maybe don't have great finishing or great composure, and you're like, well, how's this supposed to work? You'll see a lot of players that just have like random attributes that don't quite work, and it's like, oh, we're doing this again, are we? Right, okay, fine, let's go with that. Gustavo Heyman wants to leave. Okay, fair enough. Out you go. It's fine. He's come in. He's making a bit of a scene. So away you go. Gary Bennett was there, one of our better players. Yeah, I did like a bit of Gary Bennett. 38 grand to go to Ado Den Haag. That works for me. Just out you go. Who are we playing now? Maccabi Tel Aviv. Who would have been in goal? Alec Chamberlain. Would that have been Alec Chamberlain? Maybe not. Alec Chamberlain again feels a little bit older. Maybe it was Tony Norman. Found a random English striker that cost 100 grand at 21. He's got better numbers than Messi. Really? Is it Bailey Cadamarteri? Jack Ritchie, Dunfermline, the FM Goats. Dunfermline are pretty good, to be honest. So Bucci, of course, can't play, so we're going to put Albu in. Bucci comes out. Ruru comes out as well. Shakunu doesn't. He's not very happy that he's not playing either. Stanchescu's going to have to come off. Remembering players either side of that period of keepers. Hesford, Dibble, and McGonaghan. McDonough. Oh. Andy Dibble. It was Andy Dibble, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that is dreadful. Never knew Frank Gray played for Sunderland. Yeah, there's a lot of players that you go like, oh, hang on. Actually, we wouldn't have had. It would have been too late for Big Sam as well, wouldn't it, to play? Even George Anton, welcome in from Romania. Welcome indeed. Pakaruru goes through. Your man from England's got 15 goals at Inter already. Oof. 15 goals in a month. It's incredible. You've seen Andy Dibble's son play twice. He was terrible. Double Dibble. I remember I was trying to think this the other day, right? Like, because Mrs. J, well, my mum had sent Mrs. J a photograph of me when I was younger. Don't know why, still angry about it. And it looked like it was me with Mark Crossley. And I was trying to work out whether or not Sunderland ever had Mark Crossley in goal, or whether or not Mark Crossley just ran a soccer school and I was part of it. And I genuinely can't remember. Isn't Romania a career a bit boring? You play with Stoya and it gets boring. Well, yeah. Well, we're not Stoya. That's the thing. So, and also we're not playing a Romanian career. We're on a journeyman. So we're trying to move around. So we're not picking the big clubs, the best clubs. We'll see what we do. See where we get to. Steve Ball says, "What about me? I played for Sunderland as well." Steve Ball was mint. He turned up at the right time. You wouldn't have thought it, but yes, he was superb. Tristan met Mark Crossley and Graham Potter at the Shed 7 gig in York last year. I think I remember you saying that a little while ago, Tristan. So, hope you're well, buddy. How's life? How's the family? Get up there, Diallo. Makes it 1-1. Nothing for Sunderland. Middlesbrough. That might have been it then, so it's not too far away. We should check Borza. Yeah, we looked at Borza, I think, last time. He's already moved. I think he's in Japan. Vissel Kobe, I believe. So, yeah, we can't afford him, unfortunately. Baby due imminently. Imagine if it comes during the stream. Oh, that'd be exciting. Had an awkward duo nation new gen come through. Let's use 3 letters abbreviations. Oh dear. Oh, yeah. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. So Zachariah. Let's move swiftly on. Zachariah. We are 7 or 8 seasons in. 7 seasons, I think we are. Oh, what about that from Vlasic? Comes off the subs bench. In we go. Look at this for a free kick. Vlasic. Yes. Look at that, Dan. Have I walked in on some nonsense? I mean, Dan, you've been here before. You know that it's going to be nonsense, right? You can be surprised if it's not. Yeah. Easy Demons. Didn't realise we were live tonight. It was a bit of a last minute decision, to be honest, Demons. Yeah. The podcast team are all ill. And I'm not, so I was like, right, fine, we'll reschedule the podcast and I'll jump on here. Mrs. J's watching Love Island. And Taskmaster, so I was like, I don't very much watch either of those. So let's do this, especially after last night, because last night was fun. So we figured we'd jump back in, and then I was like, oh, hang on, we're nearly top of the league. I think we are top of the league now, actually. On to Over the Love of the Music. Welcome in, appreciate the follow. Very kind. That's deflected in. Diallo makes it 3-1. Yeah. Honestly, it's bloody hay fever. I can barely breathe through my nose as well. Dennis Mann would be a decent option too. Well, I mean, we have to remember, of course, that that we are 7 or 8 seasons in, so some of these players might have moved around. Yeah, No, easy. Feel free to be excited. More than happy for you to be excited. Yeah, I appreciate it. Tony Cotty was class. Frank McAvenny as well up front for West Ham. That's decent. Ross says, do I start a journeyman and don't leave a club until I win a trophy? You could. I mean, that's not... The FM pedants would say that's not a journeyman. To be fair, the FM pedants would say you should leave a club within 3 years if you're doing journeyman. So therefore, my first club, I was there for 4 years, so that of course would have been kicking off at me for staying for the 4th season. And therefore we should be leaving this year because it's 3 years. I think the thing as well is that sometimes it's tricky, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's tricky, isn't it, to find where you're going to win that trophy? Because if you get a really bad team, then you could be there forever, or you might get sacked. So who knows? Where's that beer? The beer, Constantinos. We're on a gin tonight, so we've got a little gin on the go, gin and tonics on the go. So cheers, Mandy. Yes, Danny, we are playing as Farul Constanta. Club owned by Georgie Hadji, none other than Georgie Hadji. We're doing a journeyman save, Danny. Journeyman. So the plan being, well, the plan is we have no plan really. We're just going to sort of like go around and see what happens. I'm not one for plans, as a lot of you probably know. Give me a club to start with. Do you know what, Ross? I think the best way to do it, start unemployed and then find out, just see what jobs are available, and you'll have some absolutely belting jobs, especially if you go to some nations that you've never done before. Like, download the mega pack. I think it's FM Scout do it. Download the mega pack and load up some random nations. Honestly, you'll have so much more fun. So much more fun. Constantinos, we're a legend. Lovely job. Appreciate it, my man. Very kind. Very kind. That's nice. Finished a journeyman some weeks ago. Won the Champions League with Atletico Madrid. Oh, nice. Nice. Well, in that case, yeah, do like the journeyman in like Asia or something. Start there. What nations am I adding? You pick. Indonesia, Greece, Iceland, Jamaica, South Africa, Wales, Australia, Czech, and Norway. Extra stream, Tuny, yes, extra stream. We haven't won the league yet. We are second though, which is surprising, I think, to be honest. And we're still flying through in the Conference League, so I don't want it to be the situation where we're at Spacebar Manager at the minute, but this is November and we're flying. We are flying. Scotland job's gone. Someone's taken the Scotland job, so we don't have that to consider. We don't have that to worry about just yet. And also as well, the other clubs that have approached us, they've not really been good options, have they? That one Turkish side offered us a job, and I was like, they would call it AOP or something, and I was like, no, I can't really go there. That just didn't feel right. So I feel like we stay at Romania until the end of the season, probably, unless something class comes up. How's the Conference League going? We're currently fourth in the Conference League. New York City, no. I think there's the word there. The issue with New York City is the city bit in it, really. We don't want that. And plus, if you're going into MLS, then in a sense the money doesn't really matter per se, you know. So, and we saw DC United were there yesterday. We thought they were going to be there yesterday. That would have been fun. But I also don't know whether or not it's a good idea to suddenly just throw the MLS into this universe, because it could just like absolutely nosedive the save. That's the thing. Victor is a Farul supporter from Constanta. Nice to see you, Victor. In real life, we're not doing so good. I hear that. Yeah, people keep coming in and telling us that they're not doing so well. So hopefully we can inspire them then. That's what we hope. Hopefully we can inspire them to be better. Right. Math Day wants out. That's fine. Shouldn't Mimosas and Generation Foot add due to their favourite personnel? Maybe they should. Maybe they should. I feel like I'm Kia Jarabchin, constantly using them to get players through the door. Yeah, we often find some little starlets down there, don't we? Trelleborgs, Toronto, FC Honka back in Finland. Can't go back to Finland just yet. Oh, hang on, sorry, 2 seconds. Sorry. Alright, just getting got a message about season tickets going. Did you get a season ticket? I think no. We made the executive decision against it this year. We tried to think, oh, you know what, it'd be interesting getting, like, you know, Elders Jameson involved in it. He can go and see all the see the Premier League teams he's heard of. But yeah, he wasn't asked. So I was like, right, fine. If he's not fussed, then I won't be getting one. Let's try and make a fair few changes. I'm playing Rapid as well. Typical, absolutely typical. Hopefully Haji stepped down from manager role for the first time in years. That'll be interesting. That'll be interesting seeing him finally sort of like give a bit of the control back on the playing side of things. Tom between Brighton and Brentford, says Gavler. What, for a save? Yeah, they're both pretty good. They're both pretty good, and I think they're both fairly even. I think you could have some fun with either of those sides, to be honest. Saying them for being lynched when they play Liverpool. That is probably true, actually. Yeah. York is the nice bit of non-league. Well, this is the thing. He did say he would happily go there. So, oh dear, that's dreadful goalkeeping, isn't it? So yeah. So I think we're gonna have to take him to York, which is fine. I'd rather he was supporting his local side than Liverpool. Because I'm not taking him to Anfield, so he's never going to get to see them. So yeah, bit of multi-millionaire York City, I think. To be honest, you can have that. Yorker at Marine in July. Oh, I mean, I don't think we'll be bothering about with away games. I'm not doing non-league away games. That's like, nah. Unless I'm in the area. You know, I'm not going to be travelling up and down the country to see York. That's not a thing. Excuse me. Got the ball away. Come on. We said we were meant to be a title race here, not just, you know, throwing ourselves out of it. Team looks full of new gens. Yeah, it is, Vlad. We're like 7 or 8 seasons in, so yeah, there'll be lots of new gen players in at this time. This is when the fun happens in FM. Oh, it's just let him go past too easy. What have we done there? What happened then? Honestly, it's bad enough that the fullbacks just let him go past. But what's the centre back do here? Right, so he doesn't even bother with him. So, oh yeah, that's fine, no problem. And then the midfielder just gives him the ball. Oh Jesus! Any sons yet? No, not yet. Not yet, Jason. Not yet. This is worrying, isn't it? Right, get your act together, lads. This is shocking. Just there you go. Look, there you go. Back in there with the banter. Just Spurs it. Yeah.
Without it, I'm a mess. And I don't want to start again. But it's way better than feeling like this. And that just been the way the story goes. Everything that shine ain't gold. Always find my way to make it home. All on my own. And that just been the way the story goes.
I wasn't digging Spurs, by the way. The Conference League score could be possible. Yes, no, that is true. That is true. Yeah, we do have a bit of a potential with that one, don't we? There is also, I think, as well, we could just jump ship, which could be a thing, couldn't it? You know, and oh no, this is just one of those games, isn't it? Is that a deflection in? Keeper's completely wrong-footed with it. Let's have a look. Hits it. Oh, it's not wrong-footed. He gets the header on it. All right. I thought it just took a deflection in. Every single stream you say we should jump ship. Yeah, I know. I get too attached. That's the problem, Demons. I like the idea of leaving, but I'm always worried that when I do leave, the decision is going to be a bad one. I've then got to learn another club again, and I'm like, oh, what if the save ruins at this point? Because it's not like I'm doing it on my own laptop, you know what I mean, where it doesn't really matter. I've got to try and do it as entertainment here. And the last couple of times I've moved in long-term saves, it's not gone well, and it's burnt the save completely. So I am, of course, concerned at this stage of FM that if we do get it wrong, then what do? We probably don't have enough ideas for anything after that, do we? So we'd probably just be stuck. We'd probably just go back to playing City Skylines or something. Be more conservative. I am very, very conservative. That's the problem. I'm not an attacking-minded coach. I think that's part of the problem. I think in some saves. Captain never jumps ship, says Jason. See? He's right. Oof. I thought that was going to go in the bottom corner there and make it 4-0. We don't speak of Rosario. We can. We can speak of Rosario. Do you know what I mean? And I have to... I'll hold my hands up and say, you know, it started well, but I don't know what I did to make it go so badly. But it went really bad really quickly, didn't it? And it was a little bit like when we went to Uruguay after we were doing Indonesia for a bit. That was like, yeah, we've ruined it. We ruined it. So yeah, it's just about being smart with it. And you can't always be smart because not every move pans out. Do you know what I mean? So there is that. We are still enjoying Romania, hence the extra stream unless you came in to apply for other jobs. There's a sick Dracula way of trying to get every night in. I mean, we do keep jumping to the jobs screen, so that doesn't necessarily give you an indication that we're 100% settled here. You know, there's Mr. Maggio in, making sure we can plug Saturday's live record. Thank you, Mr. Maggio. Hope you're well, Si. Well, we know you're not well. You're full of flu. I know that, but in terms of general health, he's not well. But in terms of his brain health, he's fine. So yes, if you are about on Saturday and you do want to join us for episode 100 of the FM show, then do feel free to jump in. Yeah. Or if you can't get on Saturday, record a question on your phone and share it with us via Google Drive, and allow the FM show pod at gmail.com to have access to the file. Nagoya Grampus 8. Are we ready for J League? I don't think we are. Oh, Buddha Glimpse might be coming back up again. And Malmo as well, remember? We saw Malmo. So there's a couple of Scandinavian jobs in there. Have we been sacked? Or are we looking at options? We're looking at options, Ben. I'm currently third in the league, so I'm like not... Like my job's very secure. So I should be fine. What have we got? Where's my contract? My contract runs out in like 2 years' time. So there's not a massive issue, but I'm just starting to lose a little bit of love for this setup. Although Europe's pretty fun. So I think we've been there 3 years. We've been here 3 years now, and it's like it feels like we could move. You know, after 3 years. It looks like we're going to be this looks like it's a cup match, to be honest, so should be fairly straightforward. I think we're playing a stronger side than we maybe should be, so in hindsight maybe I should have rotated a little bit more, because there's that thing as well, isn't it? We haven't won. Even if we'd like win a Romanian Cup or something, would be quite cool. Oh. I think we got to the final when we were in Division 2. Look, Lever, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Come all the way from TikTok. I appreciate that. Very, very, very kind. Fairly sure Constanta is Romanian Blackpool. I think so. Diallo again. I mean, wherever we go, I think Diallo's come with us, isn't he? 17 for acceleration. That's what you want. I mean, there is a couple of players that we could bring with us, depending upon where we go. You know, I like George. I like Biscagno. Kellick's decent, but Diallo's probably the guy. Good ball. What a ball that is. Oh. Beautiful. Diallo with the ball through. Sabu. You know what? Sabu is... He's very good as well. He's very consistent. It's a cracking ball. I know he's against like weaker opposition, but he's still got to take it on and score, hasn't he? So... So fair play to that for that. If Constanta is Romanian Blackpool, then who is Romanian Ian Holloway? Me, I think. Probably. R.I.P. Sabu, yeah. Yeah, it's not. Oh, God. Imagine if it was the same one. I should have signed Hulk to play up front with them, shouldn't I? Also, as well, if we go somewhere that's got a bit of cash, we can re-sign Adriano Pace. What would you do then, chat? What would be your options at this moment in time? Would you be looking to move out of Romania, or would you be looking to stay, see out the end of the season, and try and work out what options would be there at that point? Because I suppose there's something along the lines of like Sweden or Norway, then their leagues don't technically start at the same time. So their leagues are just finishing now. So we'd be maybe leaving mid-season in Romania, but we'll be starting at the start of their season. So and that's the bit. Well, that's where we've got to try and work out what the right plan is. You know. Oh, I thought we didn't score a free kick then. I'd see out the European run at least. Better that goes, the more the reputation will improve. That's true. What I don't want to try and do, and I think we spoke about this yesterday, and I've sort of gone back on it myself, haven't I? Because the fact we've moved from HIF, where we weren't getting paid, to Georgi Hadji's club in Romania was quite an unrealistic jump. I don't want the next move to be an unrealistic jump either, and be like, oh, you know, now we're manager of AC Milan. You know, we want to try and do it in a way that would tell the story nicely. Oh, what about that? Beautiful. Risperio, please teach me how to play. Honestly, Risperio, like this. If you're going to learn this way, then oh my word, you're gonna learn some things. Yeah, Ron, I would go to Malmo if approached. They seem like the perfect club for you. Malmo would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Malmo would be class. Buddha, I think, are probably a little bit too good. But then Malmo, of course, is going to be like that. Again, that expectation to win is going to be up there. But, you know, they're a nice club, Malmo, aren't they? As a Buddha, you know, we know that. Djurgården could be an option. That's true, yeah. The home of Kim Kallström. Your remaining Michael Beale getting a series of jobs you're nowhere near qualified for. I'm not Michael Beale because I'm actually winning matches, so that could be it. Although I do have a burner Twitter account, so maybe I am. Why does your CV say Santos? Does it? Ooh, don't know. Move on. What a goal. Gabby George again. That's 5. 5 in the cup. Great free kick. Yeah, it's an incredibly accurate description of Michael Beale, isn't it? What an absolute charlatan he is. That's okay, man. It's okay, MCG. You can use that comment. That's fine. Don't worry. I'll brush it off. But you're right. Vlasic puts it wide. I think. Oh, no, it was save, maybe. I had another look of Musterman's Moneyball clinic this afternoon. I was just like, oh, you know what? I'd love to get back into the Moneyball view, and I watched it and I just went, I don't understand it, and I was like, oh well, straight back out again. I was like, I'd love to get involved in that, work it all out, but there was too many numbers going on for me. You could do some wonders at Vojdovida in Serbia. Passionate fans, historical club, need some of that TJ magic to overcome Red Star and Partizan. I mean, I like the fact that what we're trying to do now is bring world peace as well. It's not even just like, you know, can you manage my football club? It's, can you ease tensions in politically charged areas, please, TJ? I mean, I can try, but I've got a feeling I'm only going to make it worse. There is a chance I'm going to say something that I haven't fully thought through and everyone's going to take offence. And I'm going to be sat there going, I mean, look, it's not technically my fault, right? Right, Gustavo Hamer is going to get sold, so he's out. Closing stage of the Romanian Cup, we play Botasani. So Rapid, Hermannstad, Cluj, Voluntari, Sepsi. I mean, look, that's a winnable cup right now, isn't it? If TJ can't do it, no one can. Not true. Not true. If TJ can't do it, most people can do it. Most people probably already have done it. Yeah. Right, so there's Malmo, there's Buda. So Malmo currently, where are they? Third in the Allsvenskan. Finished for the Conference League. Only 3 points behind Hammer Bay. Sunday, Monday, Hammer Bay. Buda fourth in the Elite Syrian. Tromsø won the league. Odds Ball Club in the Conference League. Do I fancy Korea? I fancy a new career. I mean, Shimazu S-Pulse are there, Sai. I know they've been relegated, so that means that I'd have to win the league, so I can't just put myself straight into that one. J2 Shimizu S Pulse. That would be like, that would be harsh. I know that's Japan. I know it's Japan, not Korea. I appreciate that there's a possibility going like, does he know? Does he know? But yeah, I do. I do know. I know they're different places. I wasn't addressing them as the same thing. And he's wearing the fuck war drink Bailey's jersey when you manage. Yeah. They've got the mega pack. Get North Korea loaded up. Well, the good thing with North Korea is that on match of the day I've won every single match. So irrespective of what the actual result was. So that's quite handy, really, isn't it? Evening casuals, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you in. Japanese tech was banned in South Korea for a long time, which is why they all play StarCraft. Ooh. Interesting. Well, I mean, they don't want TJ in there, then do they? Well, maybe that's where I go some sort of like, I've heard all these theories. It's like, no, this is true. Kalic, good cross in. Oh, George. Great header. That'll do. That gives us a goal. Worry about Japanese culture taking over. I mean, that's a cracking header. That puts us top. I know we've played one more game than everyone else, but we're on top on goal difference. Where you're at now, I've been playing cricket laws, not really been here much. Still at Farul, casuals. Not moved on. Mentally, I've moved on a couple of times, but physically, we haven't signed on the dotted line just yet. No Pokemon in South Korea. All right, well, there's South Korea off the holiday books then, because Eldest Jameson will not go where there's no Pokemon. This is prerequisite to everywhere. It's a very, very niche request as well, isn't it, for this one? Right, I can only go where there's Pokemon. Oh, okay. This might narrow down your options, fella. What's his favourite Pokemon? Oh, he's very basic. He's a Pikachu fan. Pikachu's his favourite. Youngest Jameson likes Torchic, which is quite an interesting one. Whereas, give me a bit of Gengar or Snorlax. You know, actually, the youngest Jameson likes Gyarados as well. I actually won a couple of matches last night in the old Pokemon battling, so it's good. You're a Garbodor man, I can tell. I mean, that sounds like a slur, but you're probably right. I need to do one of those like TikTok things, innit? Like, which Pokemon are you? And just have me going, like that, and then that's the video, innit? A slur or a Hungarian footballer. Did you call me Gabo Kirai by any chance? Because I'll have you know, I've never worn grey sweatpants ever. Are there many clubs in the Galar region? What? And is that part of the Pokemon world, or is that all I hear Galar and I just think you're flaming Galar? Just some Australian put down. Which again, I'm not entirely sure what a Galar is. I imagine it's a big bird. Basically, Tony's 40 and wears pyjamas. I don't wear pyjamas. I sleep in me boxes. You have a Pokemon channel now, you have to know this. Well, that's true. That's true. Am I named Fetch Pushgas? This is like the worst game of Guess Who ever, isn't it? Going, is he from the Galar region? No. Is your name Fetch Pushgas? No. Are you Gabor Kirai? Yes, I am. Yeah. There are 8 regions. It's a Pokemon region. It's the only one I know because it sounds like Flaming Galar. The Flaming Galar! Yeah, I'll have to learn all these then. Because the new game will come out at some point and I'm going to end up having to play it, aren't I? So, I'll need to learn that. Kanto. Yes, Kanto. Yes, I've heard of that. Heard of the Kanto region. We have a pie shop called the Flaming Galar in Norwich. I'm going there. I'm going there again. Need to make sure I get myself in. Early down the line. Sabu. Butcho, Coupe, Kellic. I thought he was going to charge through there. Vlasic over the top. I thought Kellic was going to go on the outside, try and get to the byline, take his man on, but apparently not. So we'll take a 1-0. 1-0's fine. Puts us top on goal difference. I guess you've got a game in hand, so presumably pressure's all on them now. Yeah. Because I also need to work out how many games are left. That's 20 matches. So what does this say? Rules. So there's 30 games in the first bit, then 10. Right, so there's 40 matches in total. We've played 20, so we're halfway through. Sign Costalas. I mean, I don't really know if many players are wanting to join us at the minute. That's the we haven't got a lot of cash either. There's this massive attack in the background. No, this is epidemic music, but it's very, very massive attack, isn't it? It's good though. I like it. So we're now in December. We've got Braga, we've got Elfsborg in the Conference League. That should be enough to see us through. Yeah, 2 more Conference League games. I guess you've won again. Part of me doesn't want to get super close with the club this season, because they'll then be going, oh yeah, let's just go again next year, win it next year, because then it's like, oh, don't really want to have to go again next year with it. Speaking of Costalos, how comes Dabizas never suggested us we're buying him while we're at Larissa, the guy who's working against us? Yeah, I mean, look, let's be honest. Dabizas did not do well for us, did he? As a director of football, he was useless. In fact, he was worse than useless, actually. At least useless would have had a use. Right, Sabu's wanted now. Yeah, we've got snow and snow. Should say as well, by the way, if you have got questions for the podcast on Saturday and you don't want to record them or you don't want to come and join in the call, you can just pop them in the chat. Pop them in the chat if you want. We'll decide to copy them and pop them into the document. And we'll answer them on air if we can do. Canto, Giotto, Hun, Sina, Unavo, Kalos, Alola, yeah, I've heard about Alola, yeah. Galar, Hissu, and Paldea, the Paldean Fates, yes. Their regions of Pokemon on the default Master League team from PES, yeah. From the Isle of Castolo. That's where I am. Oh, should have been. Biscagno. We are good in Europe. We are very good in Europe. Like, that's a great hit, actually. I've just completely undersold how good a goal that actually was. He's ran on and just volleyed it into the top corner, and I've just went, yeah, that's decent. That I'm just that used to this team now. Robin van Persie-esque, wasn't it? Oh, giving the ball away. Can't dribble in the snow, can you? We got away with one there, didn't we? I think we did. Where's this put? This puts us top of the conference. Honestly, like, what are we doing with this team? This is madness, isn't it? I don't even think we look that good, but we just seem to be getting results. Yeah. That goal difference +9, everyone else is like +17, +13. Oh, it's just gone straight across. Pokemon on New Gen would be a good FM show segment. That could be interesting, actually. I remember when we were in, when we had Matt on FMT, and we did Brazilian striker, Brazilian footballer, or just a normal bloke. I went through all the Brazilian players who just got really normal names, like Brazilian players like called Alan or Jeff. Trying to work out whether or not there was a Brazilian defender called Rodney. Yeah. That's quite a nice little segment for a little bit as well. You've got Dave in your team. There you see, it does work, doesn't it? Gary. Tibor Antal makes it 2-0. Actually, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go and squeeze some sinus stuff. 2 seconds. Still not sure if I can breathe. Oh, there you go. There's a goal. There's a goal. Rouge, you just made an incredible point there. Rodney spelt with an IE. I'd never even thought of that. That is genius. Right, are we about to have thrown away everything? Yes, we have. 2-0 up, and it's going to end up 2-2. So we move all the way down to 8th. That's brutal, isn't it? Yeah, that is harsh. Everyone's won 4, drawn 1. Okay. We've got to be happy because it's in Europe, but at 2-0 up, I probably shouldn't have gone to go and, you know, taking some sort of nasal inhaler. Which is not a euphemism, by the way. The dream is to have a team of Brazilian single-player names that are British names. I think so. I want a Brazilian player called Barry. Martin. Should be the harder games out of the way. I think so. Yeah, we've got Elfsborg as our next match, and then that's us. That's us finished with the conference. Spelled Barry. Yes, that's right. Yeah, exactly. Again, yeah, with the E and I. Nice touch, casuals. Nice. Nice little callback there. I liked it. I mean, yeah. Is Elfsborg going to be the tricky match? I'm not sure. You've had Ronald before. Yeah, I think we've had Ronald as well. Obviously plays like William. Yeah. Jason, I found a Bobby in my save. Must be an Hendrick lookalike. Bobby would be a great Brazilian name, wouldn't it? Let's see if I've ever seen it. I don't think I have. No, not yet. I didn't think so. We just spotted him on the youth intake. So George is out, so Vlasic is in. Coupe for Albu. Diallo can come out for Jakonu. Actually, that's probably got to be. Where's oh, Ilya can do it. Stanisescu can go out. Did you sign Igor for your team in Ukraine? If I can get a Frank, then you can get a Stein. That would work beautifully. Although you'd also have to sign a player called Monster, because it's Frankenstein's monster, isn't it? It's not. Yeah, okay, yeah, we get it. If you do sign a player called Monster, then that's even better still. Yeah. Corner coming in. Ely whips it in onto the head of Turcovano. 1-0. That's what we want. See? Sponsor it with an energy drink incoming. Safe to say, right? So 1-0 keeps us top of the table. Again, wait until Argesh play, and then they'll go back top again, I'm guessing. Fred is a very, very common name. Yeah, you get lots of Freds. I'm sure there was an Alan played for Everton as well. There was a player called Joe as well. He played for Man City, didn't he? Like Davey would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Or Tommy. There's definitely a Brazilian Alan. There is. As I say, I'm fairly sure he played for Everton. They had a Wesley. They did have a Wesley, didn't they? That's a good Brazilian name. Hoping for a Steve, but never found one. Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, Oscar's a good one. Apparently, Alan now plays in the Brazilian league. Yes, that makes sense. Bruno is technically a name. Yeah, we can go for Bruno. There's got to be one called Adrian or something, hasn't there? I mean, there's an Alison, so we know that they've got a generic white girl's name as well. Just wait until there's like a Brazilian footballer called Kyle. Adriano, yeah. Then when you pronounce it like Adriano, it doesn't quite sound like it's just generically normal, is it? Constanta youth intake does not look good. I mean, thankfully we've got goalkeepers again. I'm sure Kevin was already been said. I think there was a Kevin, yeah. Like a Greek philosopher too. Yeah, Alexander Plato. No, sorry, Plato. I mean, at least the Greek philosopher sort of makes sense, but just, you know, naming after just like random shipbuilders from Coventry. Oh. That's when there's like, really? That's an interesting name for you there. Elfsborg don't have a manager. We're about to play them now. They've just sacked their manager. They finished 9th in the Allsvenskan. In the Allsvenskan. Oscar Hielmark sacked. Coventry shipbuilding industry never quite took off. No. They couldn't really test them very well, could they? In a sense, though, imagine me the guy who tries to like sort of bring the business in. Go, right, I've got us a potential new lead to really sort of bolster the area. Bring some heavy industry to Coventry. Oh yeah, what we're going to do? We're going to build ships. Okay. There's a slight problem with the fact that Coventry is the most landlocked part of the UK. Yeah, but we're just building ships. We're not sailing them, are we? How do you think you get them there? We could put them on wheels. We could slide them down a hill. All the way to a river? Yeah, it'd have to be a really big hill. Maybe we do it in the Lake District. They've got lakes there as well. Right, yeah, let's not bother with that. Right. Forget I said it. Forget I said it. It sounds like I've worked for Coventry at this point, doesn't it? They've got a transport museum in the street. Oh, yeah, maybe they are, yeah. Could be the thing that they add next year. Right, transport museum is brilliant. What we're going to do now, add some boats. People love boats. Alexa does have a brother called Kevin McAllister. He plays for Union Saint-Gallen. Wonder how much he hates Home Alone. I imagine he watches loads of it. Right, here we go then. Elfsborg in the final Europa Conference League match of the group stages. We are in a position where we can go through. This is weird. This is very, very weird. It's felt like the longest season already. Their fans aren't even fussed. They've not turned up. They've sacked their manager last week. There's a caretaker manager in charge. the end of their league season. They can't qualify. We maybe need a point, possibly, to qualify, and then the rest of them, of course, go to a playoff, don't they? Ely back inside. Antal giving it away. Henriksen. Zanel charging through. Oh, hung a leg out. Not good enough. Great block. Incredible block. Farul smelling blood in the water. There's a chance of a result here. There is, but there's also a chance of us to really knacker ourselves out. Are we going to get it in? No penalty. Briscagno goes down. Nothing. Oh. Let's keep our eyes on Benfica, Feyenoord, Marseille. A point should be enough. There's only 9 minutes played. All that highlights have been in the first 9 minutes. Ely. Damashkan. Ely. Damashkan. Gone down again. Still nothing. Neumann. Ely. Cleared away. We've got big teams. We have got big teams still left in. Neumann, Ely. On the overlap. Vlasic. Get the Randy Ortons out. That's enough, isn't it? That's what we want. 10 minutes in, just calm the nerves a little bit. 16 points. We're joint top with Celtic, who are beating Midtjylland. So the top 8 teams: Celtic, Farul, Constanta, Man United, Sporting Lisbon, Napoli, Fenerbahce, Leipzig, and Atletico Madrid. What the heck? Like, we stand out like a sore thumb in there, don't we? We have done ridiculously well, Dan, to be unbeaten at this moment in time as well. At this time, corner comes in. It's nodded over the top. It's fine. We're at Elfsborg. Elfsborg are going to drop out of the playoffs bit. Oh, it's us again. Kellick, Briscagno brings it down. Hits it, keeper saves it. Everyone else is starting to win now, so we are still slipping down. We are in that sort of promotion spot. Fenerbahce beating Feyenoord. Great header. Oh, great header. Zanel at the back post. Why has Illy not gone for it? It's a great cross. What a header that is, though. It's we should still be okay, though. We think. What are we thinking? Diallo's on the bench. So Diallo can be... I mean, Illy's on a 7.7. Feels silly to bring him off, but we might have to. Bring Sabu off, I think, for Semedo. Maybe it's Damashkan I should have brought off, to be honest. We are still good. We are still going through. For now. Scanio to come off, I think. Oh, Octavian. Right, let's bring Illy off. Diallo, big teams in the playoff spots would be just like you to draw one of them, make it through the playoff round. I mean, this is the thing, and it just even just one of those is enough, isn't it, to just make the save a little bit more interesting. Just go like, just how far can you go? And I suppose once you're then knocked out, that's like the interest goes a bit, doesn't it? There we go, Neumann, free kick. Headers, keeper saved it. Gotta do better. We might do better actually. Damashkan. Diallo. Diallo for Semedo. And Vlasic. That's all we need. That's the icing on the cake. That's us through. This European set of performances that we put together is crazy. It blows my mind, genuinely. The way that Football Manager just organises results somehow. Oh, hang on. Great save. Diallo gets it away. That should be enough now, I reckon. Come on, 5 minutes. And that's us through. We're into the next round. Unbelievable. Qualified for the round of 16. There's only 15 teams standing our way now. So what happens? Do we go up against anybody? Or do we just have the teams from the playoffs? Massive, massive, massive result, Dan, you're right. What's the latest on someone trying to sign Sabu? Well, we don't want to let him go, so that should answer that one pretty easily. Any of the ones who didn't make the top 8. Right, okay. Okay, so we've got Feyenoord, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Benfica, Marseille, Genk, Basel, Stoja, Slovan Liberec, who we beat, Michelin, who we beat, Osijek, who we beat, Braga, who we beat, Rapid Bucharest, Radnik, Levski Sofia, Pauk and Elfsborg. I mean, Feyenoord's the one. Feyenoord and Benfica. Seems scary, don't we? Mid-season break. Okay. Turkey. Go with Turkey, why not? Select whoever you want. Get them away. You'll be seated in the round of 16. Thank you, casuals. That makes more sense. That does make sense, actually. That ties in with what MCG is saying over here. See, so now I'm in a dilemma as well, because Transfer window's opening. I don't think I can do much business because whoever I bring in is going to want to play in Europe, and therefore I probably can't make more than one signing. And there's the possibility of Champions League. Right, are we staying in Romania? Is that what we're trying to say? Is this yeah, is this where we're at now, is it? I mean, there is a possibility that our goalkeeper leaves. That would be concerning. Our backup goalkeeper wants to leave anyway, so that would be really bad if we lost both of our goalkeepers. From memory, you can make 3 changes. That's what I was thinking. 3 should be enough. So right, transfer window's going to open up in a couple of days, and then that means that, oh yeah, we might be able to push on to actually lock in a trophy. We're still in the Romanian Cup, which looks like there's no one really big left in it per se. Our Conference League draw looks fine. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot. Even Luffy, how are you, buddy? Adriano Pace, he's got to stay on the shortlist. I mean, £9.8 million. He's only made 2 sub appearances. Actually, no, 10 goals in 22 games. That's not too bad. He's been able to step up a little bit. Diallo's won the Foreign Player of the Year, which obviously he's very happy about, I imagine. Right, Buscagno's out for 3 weeks. Excuse me. Faustino's good. Right, Hamer's left, so fine. Away you go. He didn't want to be here, so let him go. Get some more money for him. Alright, Sabu's got a contract till 2032. Alright, a couple of clubs want him. It's fine. you go. That's all the Hamer business dealt with, I think. What we got then? Let's try and work out what we can do for the last little bit, because I'm going to be honest, my eyes are sort of like going a little bit now because I've not my glasses on, no my contacts in, so. And I think that sinus stuff that I've taken may have slightly drowsy side effects. Oh, at least he had jobs available. Is that Gerard being sacked? I think it might have been. Even in like a video game, I'm like, getting Gerard's been sacked. Yeah, looks like it was. Well, it's not, no. It's the wrong one. Oh, no, it is the it's the Egyptian one, yeah.
Took my payment, it sound too clean. I'm a trail ass nigga, never thought I can't. Got $1 on me, what is life but a dream? I've been living my faith, nigga, turn me up. I ain't even hit 10, bro, this shit like, wait, let them feel my
Atlantis.
Like my last name Davis. Heard your slap, but it sound outdated. What do you rate it? I got a 10 in the backseat, peeling off clothes. I'm 5 in the crib, and she putting on a show. Tell him eat my dust when the green light show. I'ma peel it off, niggas don't want this smoke.
Carrasco's a free transfer. Hang on, what?
Burn that down to the ashes cold.
A free transfer, Chilean. Wanted by Porto, $2,000. And PSG. Let's get him. Let's have a look at him, because if he's good, then
Circle the amount, hella O's like I went running routes. I wanted this since I jumped off of the porch. I've been as free since I lived on River's couch. Gold frames on me leading the charge. My eyes is open, I can see it to Mars. I'm Steve with a Max serving up genius.
Martin Maron, 23. No, he's not good enough. Alex Radoy, not good enough. Gabby Volta, again, not good enough. No. Right, let's see what these boys look like, shall we? If Carrasco's worth, if he's going to be as good as what they're saying, that could be ridiculous. Inter Milan want to take Thibaut Antal, and I don't think we're going to be able to negotiate anything above what they're putting in for. And I sort of feel like we're just going to end up having to accept it. He's going to want to leave, isn't he? Right. Okay. So, tell you what, let's leave it there. Because, well, my eyes are, it's a bit bright in this room, so I can't really sort of like focus properly. And if we are going to now do some transfers, then we can do that properly tomorrow with a bit of a sort of like a sit down and a think and a clear head, because we are in a position where we want to finish the season strong, but it's also that thing, isn't it, of like, if you're doing your transfers, you're sort of thinking for next year as well. So let's think about that fully tomorrow, shall we? Because Carrasco looks like he might be quite good. Thibaut Antal, if we sell him now, like, are we able to fix everything? Possibly. Like, are we able to run without him for the end of the year? No idea. So yeah, let's work that out tomorrow. And therefore, let's have a little nosy about, shall we? Who's around? Who's doing what? Okay, I'm sure there's going to be some people in doing some decent stuff. So let's just try and find them, shall we? Where are we? Just gonna check if this dude is streaming in English, actually, because yeah, I think they are. Yeah, let's do that. Right, okay. Let's go and see Hydrophoniac, I think, possibly. Yeah, he's a Dutch streamer. So let's go and say hello. Right. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Thank you very much for tonight. I'm gonna go and get some rest. We'll be back tomorrow. Transfer stream. I'm gonna make things happen. Yeah. Yes. We're gonna make things happen. Right. Speak to you tomorrow, everyone. Sleep well. Bye now.